Hi, welcome to this brief video overview of Blackboard Collaborate. And we're going to be using Blackboard Collaborate in this class with your best practices group project. So I want to give you an overview of how to access it and how to use some of its basic functions. You can access it through the main menu. Under the tab of links that says communications, there's a link called real-time communication. So if you click on that, you will see a link to Blackboard Collaborate, and you will open up that. And what you will see is that there's a series of rooms. Now there's rooms at the top. There's a room for our class as a whole and a room for me. But if you look underneath that, below that, you'll see that there's a series of sessions that I've scheduled that are for each of the best practices groups in this class. And these sessions are available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week throughout the length of the class. So this is a video teleconferencing space that your group can always access if you want to have a meeting. Also, when you meet with me and when you do your final presentation, you will be doing that through these Blackboard Collaborate sessions. So what you'll want to do is click on whichever is the title for your group, and that will start the initiation of Blackboard Collaborate. One thing that you'll note is that it takes a little bit for the program to open. So you have to be a little bit patient when you first go to open this. Also, if you haven't used Blackboard Collaborate before, when you get to the next screen, you'll see an area where you'll need to download a launcher. Okay, but again, that you do that after you have clicked on the session associated with your group. Okay, so when we get to this where it says room details, you'll see in the middle here, there is a link where it says you can download the Blackboard Collaborate launcher. Again, if you haven't used Blackboard Collaborate, that is the place to do that. Okay, to get into your room, you will click Join Room, and that's been downloaded. Now I'm using Chrome as my browser. I think that's a very good browser to use with Blackboard Collaborate. I think you can also use Firefox. I would say avoid using Microsoft Explorer. It does not work well with many aspects of Blackboard, especially Blackboard Collaborate. So when I click on that to open the room, you'll see that there are a series of pop-up windows that will come up, and it'll show the room, and then it'll eventually come to this room, which is our Blackboard Collaborate session here. And you'll see in the upper right hand corner there's a box that will always pop open. It'll say, do you want to start recording now? Generally I say no. There'll be times when you want to record, and I'll show you how you can start up the recording later. But at the beginning of a session, you generally don't want to just start recording. So I just generally say no to that. Now if we start in the upper left hand corner, we'll see that there's this video box, and this is when you click on the button that says video below it. Now you should be able to see my picture, and if there were other people in the room, we could see their pictures. And who's ever talking generally is the person most prominent in that video box. Now if you want others to hear you, you have to press the talk button. And now we can see in this microphone gauge, I can see my that this is working. If you do have trouble with the getting the audio to work, if you look above the video box here, there is this microphone with a red sprocket. That is the audio setup wizard. And if you run that, that is often a way to get things to work. Okay. So again, when you get in here, you want to start up the video, you want to activate talk, and make sure that other people can hear you. Now there's other tools. If we look down, there's a list of participants. I'm the only one here, but there would be other people here in the room. There are different emoticons that you can use. There is, if you've stepped away from you can use the second one where there's a person with a clock in front of it just to let people know that, hey, I'm logged in, but I had to step out of the room. If you have a whole bunch of people in the room and you want to, ask a question, you can raise your hand. Okay, that's what the hand button is. If you are, asking a question, you can do a short poll in this checkbox. People can answer yes or no or none, and that's a good way. Sometimes when we meet, I'll just ask a question and just ask you to say yes, no, or none. Okay, so this is all the functions here on the left-hand side of the screen. In the middle, the dominant part here of this is this whiteboard, and you can see tools here that you can use in the whiteboard. Generally, what I do when I'm using this is I will load content into the whiteboard. And so you can load content by using this button in the upper right-hand corner. And basically, the content that you can load is a PowerPoint. So that you can't load in a Word file or any other kind of file, just a PowerPoint into this content area. I can find here's a PowerPoint. I think this is probably from a group previously who did this, and we will load that up. You can see it's opened it up in PowerPoint, and now it's transferring those slides into Blackboard Collaborate. Okay, whoever loads it will be able to get this box to move back and forth between slides. Now, everybody has all permissions and all functions in this, so if you didn't load in the slides, you'll see these arrows to go back and forth between the slides up here in the upper right hand corner. So again, you're going to want to use this to in your presentation when you're loading up your PowerPoint slides. Again, there is the record button next to the load content, and so we'll be using that when you do your final presentations, but you can do that if you want to have meetings with your group and you want to record them, either just to take notes later, or if maybe someone couldn't make it, you can record that. So the recording can be very useful. Just be aware that when you're recording that it's saved there, and if you want, you can contact me and I can erase a recording, but I think I'm the only one who has the capability to do that, at least inside the group. Now there's some other functions that you can use here. If you go in the upper left hand corner, just to the right of the video screen, you'll see there's this icon with a board with the pencil and the marking. That's the whiteboard icon. That's what we're on again. If you wanted to use the next icon over, it's like two overlapping screens. That's sharing your screen. And so if you have like a Word file open and you want to share it with others in the class, you can use that function. The third icon over is using the internet. And so you can click on that and type in an internet website, like if you wanted to show a YouTube video or something like that, you could do that there. Okay, so this is just a very basic tour of Blackboard Collaborate. Again, I wanted to show you how to get in, how to do some of the basic functions. You should start using this in your groups, and we'll start doing that when you meet with me for your project plans. But then again, you can keep using this for group meetings, for update meetings with me, for your final presentation you'll be using it. So if you haven't had a chance to use this, it's a good idea to get in, play around with it, get familiar with it, because it is an important part of your best practices group project. Well, thank you. If you have questions, please contact me. Okay, take care.